That brings me to the Bud Buzz. Recently in our state, legislators have tried to put out and have been forwarding a bill through the House about employee vegetable protection. So what they want is, and what they respect is, and what I think you would probably also respect is, if you have a business, you have the right and the need to be able to make sure your employees are fit, that they're not on like mind-altering drugs that are going to negatively impact your
their
business,
performance, yep.
their performance, etc.
Yep.
Okay, so while recognizing that need, they also realize that, well, there are certain protections now under the law around vegetables and vegetable use, medical use,
Correct.
recreational use.
Yep.
What they want to propose is, yes, you may test for some very mind-altering, dangerous types of substances. However, vegetables should not be one of them. So they're going to use that as a little bargaining chip. Otherwise, they're going to say, then maybe you cannot test. With a caveat, one of the caveats is they don't want a business, or an employer, I should say, to be able to ask a prospective employee to take a test for anything before a legitimate offer has been put in place.
Correct.
And that way you know exactly what you're signing up for, and, you know, there's nothing janky that happens. So in summary, they respect the employer's need to test. Vegetables are off the table, and you have to offer your employee a legit job contract offer before any of that other stuff moves forward.
Yeah, I thought that they had. Nothing you mentioned sounded like anything I disagree with. But I thought a couple years ago, especially in the state, I know a lot of employers just stopped testing for vegetables altogether with their employees because they knew that because it was now recreational that they couldn't. There was nothing they could do about it, and it was uncharted territory, and they didn't want to rock the boat.
Right, and it was also kind of like a dead end effort. It's not really affecting anything, and it costs money.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be interested to see how that turns out, because, I mean, I don't think they should test people. I look at it, I literally look at the exact same way I look at beer, you know? Like, vegetables that you could potentially utilize for smoking or whatever, their closest cousin, their closest plant relation is hops. And people drink beer all the time. And people drink beer every day. You don't test people for beer. You don't test people's piss for blood alcohol. I mean, you can. I don't know. That'd be really... Nobody would want to be some stanky business. You would not want to do that. It's like people, like, they don't... I feel like they don't give a shit. And what I think is interesting is, like, since the legalization of certain of these vegetables, right? It's like now publicly there's like all these fears and all these myths and all this stuff, right? Like there's people that, what if they smoke weed and drive? It's like,
they'll be driving like 25 miles an hour down the road, not knowing what's going on.
Like,
and they'll be the safest people on the road.
Like what year did Cheech and Chong come out? Like,
they're going so slow they could drive over your foot and nothing would happen. Like ow.
Cheech and Chong came out 40 years ago, right? But but now that weed's legal, now it's a problem that people smoke and drive.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm not condoning. I'm just saying, like, the fact that people think that it's a pertinent issue now because it's legal. Like, it's almost like counterproductive.
Elderly people are way more dangerous.
And they already drive slow, dude.
Have you ever seen them? Jeez.
I'm pretty sure I got caught behind a geriatric on THC today. I'm not kidding.